Hello, everyone. I am back. No, it seemed like I was gone for a while, and it was. It was a week out. Was celebrating my birthday for a week, so I'm gonna turn up. What? We are back. We're prepared. We are ready. And so let's go ahead and let's see if that helps. Get into this reading, okay? So of course, we're gonna go ahead and start with our I Ching deck, so that way we can get our proverb. Nothing too much, nothing too little. Okay? Hope that you guys are this week. Hope you guys ready to get yourself out of trouble. Let's just go ahead. We're just going to get a proverb for today, and then we're also going to go ahead and get a proverb for the week. Spirit, what is a proverb for today? We have 51. Spirit, what is our proverb for the week? That's too many. Just looking for one, Spirit, for the week. Thank you. We got 64 for the week, 51 for today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, 51 is Chien. Chien, yeah, because it goes up. Chien, which is shock above thunder, below thunder. Thunder upon thunder. Laughter follows a shock. What are we getting ourselves into? A great boom of thunder brings a shock of fright, but the next boom brings laughter. The sound is terrifying but harmless. It serves to arouse the people to full wakefulness, in which they can see the humor in their own fear. As the thunder rolls on, rites and ceremonies continue without interruption. Thus, the wise person maintains inner calm that can weather any shock. So with that being our daily reading, it could be something that could happen today, right? It's letting us know that no matter what happens today, obstacles, certain situations, I can't speak, certain situations or circumstances or anything that may come our way. It may just be our fear that's blocking us. It may just be like a halt, a pause in a moment, right? And it is a matter of us releasing that and allowing those opportunities to come in and or accepting those opportunities as they come in. And it's also letting us know that when something does happen, that right after it can be fixed, right after it can be resolved, right after it can be healed, right after it can be okay. So yes, situations and circumstances do happen to us, but we have to make sure that we're not allowing ourselves to be shocked with fear, frozen, not moving. So for a daily proverb, it is letting us know to go into the world not out of shock, not out of fear, depending on what happens or doesn't happen for us, but just with the laughter of knowing that there's better out there. There's more out there. There's more opportunities. There's more openings. There's more chances, right? But Spirit is also saying don't miss it just based because of fear, right? If you don't want to take that opportunity, that's different. But if you're just not taking it out of fear, out of worry, out of just something happening, laugh about it, okay? Laugh about it, release it, let it go, and move forward and move on, okay? The next one that we have for the week, however, is 64. So we have Weiqi, which is before completion, which is above fire, below water. Fire over water, things must find their natural place. In nature, fire burns upward and water flows downward. They do not combine in these positions, so no immediate progress is made. Making sure that everything is serving its natural purpose will ensure it a positive outcome. Attend to details as completion draws near. Help things move naturally toward success. Right? And that's really the end. And this is letting us know that again, whatever happens today, It is not the end. I mean, we may be nearing completion, we may be getting there, but as long as we continuously flow naturally, trusting ourselves, believing ourselves, just allowing ourselves to not be stopped, not distracting ourselves because we feel like we can't focus, all of these things, right? It's a matter of realization that we're at completion. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't start dwindling. Don't start slacking. Don't start making excuses. Don't start doing this and that, or it doesn't matter. We're almost at completion, right? We just have to continuously go naturally in that force. If it isn't working, like it says, fire and water don't mix, right? If it's not working, it could just be something that isn't mixing right now at the moment. It could be something, if this isn't working, let's try this way. If that didn't work, then let's try this way. It's not saying to stop, to halt, to be shocked with fear. It's saying just laugh it off. And that joy, that new whimsicalness, that insightfulness, that joy, that gratitude, whatever it is, allows you to see better outcomes, better situations, maybe a better way to do things. So allow things to flow naturally. And if it isn't flowing, maybe it isn't natural. Maybe it isn't something that you should be doing. Maybe it isn't something that you should be forcing so hard, right? It reminds me of poop. When you have to poop, it just comes out. Right? It just comes out naturally, right? But when we eat something or we do something, right, it can cause our stomach to be constipated. It can cause us to be backed up or anything of that sort. It doesn't come naturally, right? Or we have to take something and it comes so naturally that we have to stay somewhere and it's just like explosive, if you get what I'm saying. So when it flows naturally, that means you've been feeding yourself well, you've been trusting your body, you've been taking time to exercise, meditate, journal, walk, speak with your friends, family, connections, do your artistic creativities, your outlets, actually rest, take some time, things of that sort. Those are things that flow naturally. But when you are trying to do something that doesn't, you'll notice quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay? So I'm realizing my light is dimming. That's okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into a love reading. We're just going to jump right in. Not too much, not too little. We're just going to get into a love reading for the week. Yes. Spirit, what do you have? Spirit, what do you have for the collective for the week in regards to love and in romantic sense? Yeah, in a romantic sense, what do you have for the week? Speak now. Let's do it this way. There we go. Anything else, Spirit, for romantic love for the week, for the collective? Can you clarify, be spontaneous, please? Can you clarify, be spontaneous? Okay. It looks like it may be two different situations romantically. But let me just see if there's anything else, Spirit, for the collective for the week before I move on with the reading. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective for the week? Anything else for the collective for the week? Okay. So, it's giving that right now, it's giving two different stories right now, which is fine. None of them are bad, none of them are wrong, none of them are good, you get what I'm saying, right? Just two different stories at this moment. So first we got be spontaneous, and I was a little confused because it didn't really line up with the other cards that we had in motion. So I asked for a little bit of clarity because being spontaneous, as you can see, they are currently together. So it's about working with your partner to do something that's just out of the blue, something that's exciting, something that's fun, something that's different, something that's out of both of you guys' comfort zone, but you guys find comfort in each other by being able to do something together. It is allowing you to explore different avenues together. So with being spontaneous, you want to take this card if you are single or if you are dating, if you are in a relationship, because those are three separate things. Be spontaneous. Do something that will allow you to find comfort in each other while doing something outside of your comfort zone, or do something that you guys have been talking about and just like, why don't we just go do it? Being spontaneous allows a spark, allows a new conversation, allows a new journey, a new experience. And when you're doing that with other people, you're able to pull their perspective, their knowledge, and their fun and that energy within that experience as well. So with being spontaneous, whether you're single, maybe go out to places that you typically wouldn't go before just to have fun, just to see what it is. And I'm not saying put yourself into a so far out of reach comfort zone where you don't feel comfortable enough to do anything, but to a part where you're like, I always kind of want to do this, but I was a little nervous, right? Go for a little bit of nervousness, right? And if you are dating, Spirit just said date around, right? If you are dating, but this person isn't lining up or matching, I'm hearing what the things that you truly want out of somebody, that you desire to move past just the dating stage, which is just getting to know each other, getting to understand each other, just talking and hanging out. It's a little bit more deeper. If this person isn't lining up to something that you actually want, find other outlets, right? Because not everybody's going to meet everything, but somebody's going to meet you, right? And if you are dating and it's just dating to date, make sure that you're being upfront with that, because it also allows for a lot more spontaneity. If you're like, I'm not really looking to get in a relationship, but I am enjoying this, allows for not more creativity of how to hang out and what to do that isn't so much leaning towards getting more intimate, right? And if you are already in a relationship, this allows new aspects, new avenues, new creativity, just new outlets, right? For both of you and everyone. And like I said, it didn't line up with a lot what we had here in the sense. So I asked for clarification, and then we got teamwork. So this is letting me know that you're going to want to collaborate with somebody. You're going to want to come together when you're being spontaneous. Like I said, it's this interconnection of coming together and experiencing this new thing together, experiencing this wild thing, experiencing just, instead of going right home, we're going to make a left, and now we're kind of lost, and now we're doing this, and now we found this new shop, or we found this new place to do something at, or I didn't even know if there was a lake here. Teamwork, right? And with teamwork, it means that there's an actual strong foundation of listening to each other, but not just listening to each other, wanting to understand one another, not just understanding one another, but having patience with one another, not just having patience with one another, but loving and caring for one another. And it's all these things of actually collaborating. Because just because you are spontaneous doesn't mean the other person is, and that may not be just the person for you, right? Or you feel like this would have been great, and you really just didn't really work together with the person in a sense. You can still be spontaneous without putting somebody else in a predicament where they feel uncomfortable, right? So make sure that you are working together with that collaboration, right? You're probably like, how does that work? It just means considering the other person before you start doing stuff. Thinking about the other person before you start doing stuff that you are going to be doing together. Just because you want to do it doesn't mean the other person wants to do it, and vice versa, right? So with this being spontaneous in your relationship, your singleality in your dating, whatever it is still going to take teamwork, because you're not alone in this situation. Whether you're looking for a counterpart, have a counterpart, or dealing with a counterpart. Henceforth, teamwork, collaboration, combining that joy, that experience together, right? The next one that we have, this is giving it maybe some difficulties. This is giving, you're trying to see something there in someone that isn't really there. You're trying to see the future them, even though you're dealing with the present them, right? You're trying to create this thing, or it's giving rose-colored glasses. Spirit is saying you have really rose-colored glasses on. You are very jaded in the situation. You're very biased in the situation, and it's because you want it for your own benefit. And the reason why I say this is because we have fantasy versus reality, and we have give plus receive. So that means that right now you are confusing fantasy with reality. Right now, this person isn't giving and receiving. They're either really just giving, right? Or you're the person that's giving, or they're only receiving, or you feel like you're only receiving. Whatever it is, it's just this imbalance. This relationship is really giving me imbalance, because what is actual reality is not being seen in this relationship at all. You're not seeing how this is the list that I want. This is how I want to be treated, or this is kind of what I want to experience. This is how I want to feel, whatever it is. But they're lining up with that. But since you enjoy certain qualities in a person, or certain things about this person and what they provide for you in certain moments of time, doesn't mean that it's going to be something that's long term, especially when it's saying that it is not a give and receive relationship, which meaning somebody is being drained. It's either you or the person that you're dealing with that is being drained, because it's not a reciprocation of energy, because it isn't a true reciprocation of love. It's not a true foundation of a romantic relationship, of an intimate relationship, right? It is diving so deep into the fantasy of, oh, but they said this, or that they're going to do this, or they're working towards this or this. It's always what they said they were going to do, and it's given that there's no action. It's given, I know that they can do this because I see it in them, but you're not seeing it out of them, right? So make sure that you are not confusing the fantasy of what could be off of potential. You're not confusing the fantasy off of your hormones. You're not confusing the fantasy off of fantasy of like what it could be, what they look like. Look at the reality. Are you giving more in this relationship than you are receiving, right? Is this person even who you want? Or are you just looking at the outer surface and not seeing what is actually inside of them? Are you so far in the future for who this person can be because of certain characteristic traits, but they're not doing that now? So Spirit is saying, it's not a give and receive in this relationship, and you know it. Somebody is drained. It's either you or this other person, but it's always this push and pull of, I'm waiting for them to get their stuff together because of what I see in my fantasy. And Spirit is saying, we're waiting for you to get your shit together because of what we see in reality, right? Spirit doesn't want you to have false love. Spirit doesn't want you to have drained love. Spirit doesn't want you to have one-sided love. And right now, that's what this is giving. Right? So with this understanding, do not confuse these things. Take everything at face value and at face front, because you can only go off of what you are being given. Information, we're given information. Words, we're given words. Actions, we're given actions. Energy, we're given energy. All of that, we can only go off of what we're given. Right? Including what we give ourselves. So be mindful of that. Be very mindful of, am I actually looking at this person for what they are actually doing for me in my life right now? Or am I holding on to those small characteristics that I enjoy and I'm trying to expand them into something more than what they actually are? Okay? Be mindful of those things. The next one that we have is very straightforward. Friends to lovers. Friends to lovers. That is its own plot line. Spirit is saying that this is for the singles in the dating. If it is for a relationship, just be very cautious of not fucking other people over just to go do something else that you really want to do. Have a grown-up ass conversation, okay? Do that. But Spirit is really pushing it that it is definitely for a lot of people that are dating right now. In a sense that it is friends to lovers. It's this interconnection of like, maybe we should give it a try. You know, it reminds me of the Demi Lovato song, Ruin the Friendship. I'm not saying it's going to ruin the friendship, but that's the song that came to my mind, is Ruin the Friendship. And that is something that you want to take in mind. That is this friendship strong enough to last if we do try an intimate relationship? Because those are two different things. Those bring out different trauma responses in people. Those bring out different triggers. Those bring out different emotions. Those bring out different conversations than a friend would, right? So making sure, and it's not on a different pedestal, it's just different. And I want you to remember that as well, right? When you're moving into this friends to lovers situation, that it's just a different conversation. It's not on a different level. They're not higher than they were when they were a friend. They're just on a different conversation, because now you have to, now you're doing things differently with this person than beforehand. You can still be friends, but it's more on a romantic, intimate level than a platonic, intimate level. Okay, so that is our love reading for the week. Okay, let's not be delusional out here. Let's be very mindful of what's happening and what's going on in our lives. Okay, let's make sure that we're being spontaneous, we're having fun, that we're enjoying our relationship, that we're enjoying dating, that we're enjoying being single. Right? Be mindful of that. Let's get into it. Oh, he's so cute. We're going to go ahead and get into a career reading for the week. See what's going on in our careers and our lives, how we make money, things of that sort. See what's going on for us, for the entire collective. That was like a block right there. It's like it shuffled, but nothing happened. So it may be given that you may be doing something and you're feeling like nothing is happening out of what you're doing, right? You've been applying to jobs and haven't been getting anything back. You've been working at this job and feel like they're not treating you right. You've been putting your commissions out there and all this stuff, but you're not getting any. You're feeling like I'm doing everything, but I feel like I'm not getting anything back. I feel like I'm not seeing the harvest of the work that I have been putting in. I'm not seeing the reciprocation, right? But especially with the card that we just got, to not stop, to keep going, instead of just know that this work is not for a reason. Somebody's noticing it, somebody's seeing it, somebody's watching it, somebody's looking at it, somebody bookmarked your stuff. They just might not have the funds right now to purchase it. But it's just certain things. It's like we just want to make sure that we are continuously going forward. Right? I'm hearing, even if you are at another job, somebody's looking at your resume to snatch you. I don't know where that came from, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm hearing it's it's like I'm tongue-tied, and it's like you're conflicted on if you should do this or not. But loyalty does not lie where freedom and trust cannot run. That's what I'm hearing. It's giving that you want a lot more freedom and you want your job to trust you a lot more, but you don't have that. So why are you having loyalty to it? Right? So when this other opportunity comes up, I didn't even shout the card yet and give messages. When this other opportunity comes up, weigh your options. Right? Weigh your options. Because I'm hearing your names being spoken a lot. Right? And if you haven't found a job yet, continue. Continue to just put it out there and continue to just trust. Right? It's quite hard to find a job if you're not putting applications out, if you're not doing those things. So just keep doing that. And I know it's hard because me working at a place previously where I had to work with employers, and I know that they just post jobs to post jobs. It's gonna work out. You'll never be going. It's okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead and get into this career, okay? Let's see what we got going on for a lot of us. I just keep shuffling. It's like it's weighing options, weighing choices, weighing decisions of what you should do. I'm hearing, should I give up or should I keep going? Should I just say fuck it all? Or should I just stay where I'm at? It's giving you weighing your options a lot, and you're a little conflicted because you don't know the full term outcome, but you know that it will give you gratification and satisfaction for the outcome that you do want. Okay? Let's go ahead. Spirit, what is the collective reading for career? For the week, sorry. For the week. What is the collective reading for career for the week? What is the collective reading for career for the week? Career. For your job, for your place of work. That card flew the fuck out. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? Alright, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. Let's start with this. So, this is again career, whether you are an independent worker, whether you're looking for work, whether you already have a career, so forth and so on and so things. Okay? So the first one that we have, and this is letting me know, like this is for my independent workers, my creatives, my people out there that may, like I said, feel like they're doing all this, they're putting everything out there, but they're not getting the reciprocation of actually being viewed, of actually being consumed in a healthy manner, in a way to help them in prosperity gains and things of that sort. So we have failure to commit. Failure to commit. So that may be you have all these ideas, but you're not committing to it. You have all these things that you start, but you don't commit to it. You have all these ways that we're just like, fuck it, I'm going to do this instead. Or you start it and then you feel like it's not receiving the traction as quickly as you would like. And then you just like, fuck it, I'll go get a regular job. It is what it is. It's like you have no true commitment to yourself to see this thing all the way through, to see it through to the end. And the end is you accumulating that success that you work so hard to put into. But it's quite hard to reap something and the benefits of it if you're not committing to it. Right? If you're not committing to continuously cleaning out your pool, it's going to get murky, it's going to get dirty, it's going to get nasty. Right? If you're not continuously tending to your gardening, if you're not continuously, I want to say, get on your Zoom, you got to get on your Zoom. But it's like this meaning of showing that just because I feel like other people aren't showing up for in a way for me that I need at this moment in time doesn't mean I'm not going to show up for myself in the way that I need at this moment in time. So Spirit is saying stop relying on yourself, not committing to yourself based off of you feel like other people aren't committing to you. You need to commit to yourself first. You need to be your own solid foundation, because people come and go. You make one bad thing and they're like, I don't like that. I'm actually going to follow them. They just rubbed me the wrong way. Now you lost somebody that you feel like you were supposed to build your foundation off of. And that wasn't the goal in the first place. The goal is to commit to yourself, what you want to do, what you want to enjoy, right? And taking all of that in. But if you don't, it's not going to go anywhere. And sometimes Spirit is saying it just needs time to mature. It just needs time to mature. Maybe you're going to... That's him. Maybe you're going to meet someone that's going to help you a little further. Maybe you're going to have some experiences or some lags. Maybe they're like, we want you to mess up while your audience, while your people, while your customers and things are small. We want you to try out all these things so that way it continuously matures, right? It takes them a while to find the secret to how to make wine. It wasn't just grapes, mash, and then put in a bottle, okay? It took time. It took different trials and testing all these things before it matured, literally. So taking that in as a realization that maybe I'm just maturing. Maybe I'm just inside of a barrel right now and I'm aging like a whiskey so that way it can last long term. You know, it can be very significant in that case. He's eating. So it just needs time to mature. But if you are not willing to commit to yourself and teaching yourself like a child and not realizing that you are a novice, that this is something new for you, and raising yourself up, taking yourself to the lessons, is never going to mature, and you're not going to commit to yourself. Because with maturity comes wisdom. With wisdom comes knowledge of knowing that I can't stop now, right? So with that understanding and knowledge, do not fret. Because in all honesty, you're lying to yourself and you're lying to others. If you believe that that is the actual truth, that you will be better off, or you just say fuck it or this and that, because you're lying. You're lying. You're lying to yourself about it. You're lying to your spirit about it. You're trying to manipulate. It's all these things. And it's this realization that you're trying to make excuses for why you feel like it's not working, or why you want to stop, or why you want to go back to the streets. Why you want to go back to doing what it is. Why you just like, fuck it, I'm going to toss in the towel. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go deal with this situation. It's all these things that are happening. And Ruhi, please, sir, please, please back up. He's all up in the camera. And so it's this matter and this realization that belonging to the streets means that you're for any and everyone. And when you have a creative idea, a creative means, you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to bring it to somebody else, or I'm going to do this, or I'm just going to... You are allowing yourself to say, my energy is for any... My energy is for any and everyone, always, in all aspects, right? I'm belonging to the streets. My energy is not sacred. I don't care to mature it. I don't care to work on my projects, my crafts, my ideas, my YouTube, anything. I'm just... It is what it is. It is what it is, right? And so you're lying to yourself and you're saying that you're okay with that, and in all honesty, you're settling. And we all know how I fucking feel about settling. It's like that nasty film that you get on top of the green and you gotta scrape that shit off, okay? You don't want to settle. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you and your energy, your time, what you create is not just belonging to the streets. Has somebody drops like, you're just so good, like you're so amazing, like you picked this so quickly, you're exceeding it in so short of a time, this and that, or or schools like, you have so much potential and like you're just so smart, right? And it's this matter of them recognizing what you have, what you possess, what you bring to the table, and so to speak, but you have to recognize that, right? And if they're noticing it right now and it hasn't matured yet, imagine when you commit to yourself and it starts maturing and you start tapping in and you start using it. You won't be for the streets anymore. Okay? You won't think about going back to the streets anymore. You'll be thinking about yourself, and you won't be so willing to lie to yourself just because you feel like you're not getting the success that you deserve. What you do, but right now it's going to take time. Everything takes time. Okay? The next one that we have is feelings do not equate facts. That's out there. Feelings do not equate facts. We're just saying this is about the current job that you are currently in. Feelings do not equate facts, right? How you feel about the job, how you feel about the people that you work with, whatever it is, it does not equate the facts that it is not something that you want. And the reason why I say it is not something that you want, something that you desire, is something that you are settling for, in a sense of, in the way that they pay you, in the way that they treat you, in the time off that you get, in the way that they just like, oh, we actually said this. Is just something in the job. It's just like, it's not equating the facts of what job you actually need and that what you actually want even, right? And it's not in a sense of like, go start your own business. I'm saying maybe this job just isn't for you. Maybe what they are offering you is not it is, but you have these feelings. Like I said, when I first started, it's like, I have this loyalty, or I don't want to have to try to find another one, or this and that. And it's all these things, and you're not realizing that this is going to lead to another sad love story of you being loathing having to wake up for your job. You're irritated, you're frustrated, it's this, and now your numbers are starting to drop. Now all these things are hitting because your feelings are not equating the facts. The fact is that you do need a job, you don't mind working a corporate job, you can do it, but your feelings in the matter, they're not equating the facts. Your feelings are like, I need a job, but do you need this job? You have to have this job. This is leading to another sad love story where you just either decide to leave quick, fast, and in a hurry. They wind up firing you because they're playing games. They're doing something, I'm hearing, and they're just, oh, well, we thought you knew, or this and that, or we've been trying, and it's something within this realm that is going to lead you to another sad love story where it's not going to work out in the first place because this job is double genitals. Now, again, I'm not a person because, like I said, I understand as a person that previously worked for employers, I know they just post jobs to post jobs. So I'm not just saying just to quit. But I'm saying maybe renegotiate your position. Maybe renegotiate how much you're getting paid. Renegotiate your benefits. You have to do something because right now, your feelings are not equating the facts. The fact is that you need a job, you need funds, you need these things, but your feelings are not in it. And sometimes feelings can outweigh the facts. But you can also have your feelings being balanced with the facts of having a job that you somewhat enjoy, somewhat like, or really thoroughly enjoy, really like. So don't limit yourself to another sad love story, to another job, to another pissed off person, to another person like, I don't even know if I'm really going to add them to my resume. So the devil genitals means that they don't have your best interest in mind, which 9 out of 10 jobs don't. But it's this mindset of at least try to find something. We got new love on the horizon. Try to find something that won't make you feel like they're not seeing you, they're not recognizing you, they're not hearing you, they're not working with you, they don't care about their employers. This company might be going bottom up soon. Whatever it is, whatever you're feeling, maybe your coworkers are pissing you off, maybe they racist, maybe they bitches. Who the fuck knows? But it's this feeling of you are not in equilibrium with your feelings and facts. Right now, logic is not in balance with your emotions. And Spirit is saying that's going to lead to another sad love story. It's going to lead to you snapping again. It's going to lead to a cycle that you don't want to be in. So before you continuously get fucked by the devil, try to find some new love on the horizon. Like I said, it's just put your resume out there. right? I literally, like I said, I worked with employers, and some of them did post a job, and they would see their employee on there with their resume. Like, oh, they're looking. Yes. Because if it is not right for me, I ain't gonna be right for you. And I'm gonna wind up fucking this whole thing up. So instead of leading ourselves to another sad love story of not enjoying our work, see what else is out there. Don't limit yourself to one thing just because you did it at the start of your career. I've always been in customer service. So, I've always been a mechanic. I've always done this. I've always done that. What the fuck does that matter? Bob Ross was in the army and he was a mechanic and all that stuff, then he wound up just painting and shit. Do what the fuck you want at the end of the day. So that way you're not always in a sad state of mind, especially with money is energy. If the place that you are getting your money from is draining your energy, causing frustrating energy, irritation, sickness, all this stuff, like you just literally get sick, that is the energy that is going to be attached to your money. And we don't want that, right? Because then we loathe it. I gotta do this. It's come with that process of something, okay? So we don't want another sad love story. Just put it out there. I'm not saying leave right now. I'm not saying leave tomorrow, but this is the weekly reading of realizing maybe start putting something out there to advance in that. Write up a letter. Get some of your colleagues or people to write, stellar letters for you, so that way you might see, this is what I do. They even said this. They submitted this. Should I not get a raise? Have some, things of that sort, things where you can allow yourself to kind of alleviate this irritation that you're feeling, or this frustration, or this stifledness. Okay? For this one, okay. For this one, we have get off your ass. We got to get off your ass. This is for everyone. Whether you got your own business, whether you're currently working for a corporate job, whether you're looking for a job, you got to get off your ass. You have to get off your ass. You got to hit the pavement. You got to do something. And what I mean by that is, like I said, if you have your own business, like me, like I'm having my own YouTube, my own podcast, my own readings that I do, all these things I do, that is my own business, that is my own cultivation, right? I have to continue to get off my ass to do it, because if somebody doesn't do these readings and post these videos and post these podcasts and do the research and do all this stuff, right? Nobody's going to do it, because it's for me. It's about me. It's mine. So we have to get off our ass. If nobody is vouching for you for a raise, if nobody's vouching for you for better benefits, if nobody's vouching for you for a promotion, nobody will. Don't wait for the job title to open. Create the job title and make it open. I'm exceeding my peers. I'm doing all this and that. I should be looking at somebody talking to me about a promotion right now with what I'm doing, right? Or we are looking for a job. It's like, okay, I'm looking for one. These are my skills. Maybe since I feel like I've been out of the game so long, depending on how long you've been out, or if you're currently looking for a job while you're in a job, maybe I'm lowering my skills too much. Maybe I'm looking for a job that's just beneath me because I feel like I need one, versus me getting off my ass and realizing I can ask for what I want, right? Or you have It Takes Two. So, so maybe the It Takes Two can be a friend, right? It can be an old colleague from an old job that you still have connections with. It can be spirit, right? Just listening to your guides. It can be that second person, or whatever it is. It takes two. So sometimes maybe you have limited resources and you feel like, how do I get off my ass? Maybe ask somebody, what can I do? How can this work? What about this? Is that? It takes two. Right? So maybe you are currently working with a limited perspective, limited information, limited knowledge, whatever it is. And it's not saying you don't have a wide variety. It's just saying you only have access to what you have access to, right? So why not ask some more access by asking other people, or gathering in more people and things of that sort? I'll let you out when I'm done, because I can't have you escaping, my boy. Okay? So we have to realize that. Sometimes we feel like, okay, I did this. Take a look. Take a look around. I don't know. Ignore that. Wait, you have to get off your ass. Sometimes getting off your ass, like I said, is having a conversation with another person. Sometimes getting off your ass is just vouching for. It's a matter of movement that needs to happen. Especially with the moon in Aries, movement is great to happen, and it's a cardinal sign. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's about planting those things and realizing this is what I want, because we have major winds coming in, right? With major winds coming in, especially for the week. And I'm letting you know now, this only happens when you vouch for yourself. This only happens when you continue forward. This only happens when you commit to yourself. This only happens when you realize this is what I actually truly want. That's when the major wins are going to happen. You're not just going to get a win for not even playing in the fucking game. And I'm not saying life is a game, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. Okay? Don't play yourself. Okay? So with major wins coming in, if we are committed to ourselves, we are trusting ourselves, we are listening to ourselves, we are vouching for ourselves, that's going to cause a transformative ending, which is 999, which is also the I Ching card that we got for the entire proverb for the week, which is the end of something, the transformative ending of something, the butterfly, right? I was going to say the crustacean period. I have no idea why. But the transformation period, right? Of taking that in. When everybody goes through a transformation period, nothing stays the same. Bless me, right? So when we're taking that in and we're getting the accumulation of that, what do you want your accumulation to be? Because Spirit is saying you can transform and be right back where you started with just new information. So make sure that you're transforming to a different operation, especially for your career. Like I said, money is energy. We want to cultivate energy that money wants to be around. Okay? Spirit, let us go ahead and just get some of our emotions for the week. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, baby. Alright, Spirit. Let's see. What are some emotions that we can rely on this week that will help us? For the collective. What are some emotions collective can rely on this week? For our love like a here in our life. Our love like a here in our life. Anything else besides this one, Spirit? Anything else besides this one, Spirit? So I'm about to close it out, so speak now. Okay. So these are some emotions that may help us within with the romantic side, with the proverbs, with all of it, the whole collective reading, okay? Some emotions that help us. So we have intuitive emotions, which is what we feel instinctively inside of ourselves. It's our conscious, our intuition, shadow self, the good stuff. And we have our physical emotions, what is what our body reacts with, what is what we feel on our actual physical body, on our actual physical realm, okay? So for the first one, we have empathetic. Empathetic. Empathy allows us to have an understanding of what another person is experiencing. Empathetic people are sensitive and aware of energies emanated by people or the environment around them. However, sometimes the energy can be felt acutely in the body, and we may absorb too much of another person's pain or trauma. Okay? So, especially when we're talking about the be spontaneous and like thinking about the lover thing and it's just fantasy and reality, make sure that yes, we can think about the other person's feelings and understand them, but we don't want to take them on. I can never, ever, no matter how empathetic I get, no matter how much of a intuitive person I am, I can never experience that person's emotions inside of their own body because I am not them. So why am I holding that much weight onto my chest? So yes, be empathetic, be understanding, see where they are coming from, see why they may be feeling this emotion, but understand that you can never feel that emotion for them. You can never take it away either. And you can also never give somebody an emotion. What I mean by that is sometimes you can intentionally be, oh, I was trying to do this intentionally. I thought this would make you happy, and it wind up pissing somebody off or making them hurt or anything of that sort. So you can't also provide anybody with an emotion that you feel like you can provide them with. Okay, so some stones or crystals are spinel, pink halite, chrysanthemum stone, and hemimorphite. Okay, so those are some things that help us with balancing our empathetic emotions and make sure that we're not consuming ourselves with other people's emotions, especially with our career and us having to make the decision of if I'm going to go, if I'm going to stay, things of that sort as well. Take that in. The last one that we have is the physical emotions, which is trusting. So trust is the cornerstone of human connection and relationships, and our initial understanding of it comes from an instinctual, infinite place of knowing. When trust is established, it becomes the internal compass to navigate through important moments or decisions. Cultivating trust within ourselves helps us discern what our instincts and intuition are telling us. Like I said, when we have decisions, we have to make it best to trust in ourselves. Believe in ourselves, rely on ourselves, commit to ourselves, vouch for ourselves, believe in ourselves, right? And understanding that I trust that I can do this. I trust that when I leave this job or ask for a promotion or ask for different benefits, I'm going to receive it. And if I don't, I'm going to get an offer from a better place that actually understands my worth. I'm understanding that when we post in these videos and we post in this podcast, and I'm going to receive more clients, I'm going to receive more people that I can outreach to, I'm going to have more people coming in. I just have to commit to myself. I have to make sure that I am not lying to myself about what I truly want just because of what it looks like physically, right? And not actually what it actually is in reality, okay? Or it's just taking yourself to trust it in, trusting. And this week, especially with all these decisions coming in, or just a few options that you need to weigh about what you want to do first, and Spirit is saying to get off your ass. Make sure that you are not taking on anybody's extra emotions while you're still trying to balance and understand yours, okay? So for the stones or crystals, we have pyrite, galenia, copper, and green tourmaline. Okay, so those are some things that help kind of navigate your emotions, understand them, help you with making better decisions, guiding yourself to a better revelation and what to do and how to do it, and taking that all in. Okay, so with all that being said, we got our emotions. We're just going to go ahead and wrap this up pretty sweet and beautiful. And we're just going to go ahead and get some final messages from our spirits, the ancestors, guides, okay? Alright, this is for the collective. Just final messages needed. Final messages needed. Alright, Spirit, just some final messages for the collective that you want us to know for the week. Too many. Some final messages for the collective for the week, please. Alright, anything else? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Speak now before I close it out. I think it's plain and simple. Yeah. We got 777. Release your fear and look to the future with excitement. Like I said, when you have that higher joy, when you have that higher understanding, when you're laughing after a shock of something, right? And allows your spirit to be elevated. And allows you to look at things from a better perspective. It's seeing that silver lining in that cloud as the rain is coming down, right? You're realizing that the rain is to wash away, to purify, to cleanse. So as soon as I release the fear and I'm not in shock, I'm not standing still in my own way. I'm not lying to myself. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm just looking to the future with excitement. I'm excited to make decisions for myself. I'm excited to choose me. I'm excited to be spontaneous with my partner. I'm excited. I am excited about my life. I love my life. I love what is happening. I love what's going forward. I love what's moving. But as soon as we release that fear, that first block, It's like, you ever seen a child and they just start doing shit and they just start jumping off the couch and they're doing all this and you're like, stop, you're going to bust your head. They don't care. So we're just saying be more childlike. You have to realize that you have to trust in your own body and the line of itself. Like you realize that if I fall, you ever seen a kid falling like that shit have to hurt and they get back up again like nothing happened? That's what Spirit is saying. It's saying this laugh after the shock, this final completion, this accumulation of everything is this realization that you have to be more childlike. You have to be more whimsical. You have to have more fun in your life. Right now, I'm hearing you're such a stickler in your own life that you're making yourself uncomfortable to be around you, right? You're making yourself uncomfortable to not trusting you, to not to believe in you, and you need to because you are fearing of what you can do when you trust in yourself. Okay, so that is the final message from Spirit, is to release that fear. 777, step forward with knowing I'm courageous enough that if I fall off this couch while I'm playing lava with my cousins or my siblings, I'm going to get back up again, and I'm going to get started, and I'm going to laugh it off, and we all going to laugh, and we're probably going to talk about it later on as we eat in our PB&Js. You get what I'm saying? You get where it's going, okay? So that has been our reading for the week. That has been our daily proverb for the day and the week. Take what you need, leave what doesn't, okay? I do these every Tuesday and I do these every Friday. I actually will be doing these more frequently since I changed up my podcast days as well. But I do hop on Instagram Live to do these as well. I do offer readings. First one is always free, so take advantage of that, okay? First one is always free. I love you guys. You know what I'm going to say. Love yourselves more, okay? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time.